Hey, Soul Seekers, it is Intuitive Energy Guide Kathy Weiss here. Welcome to this week's episode of Monday Messages. I'm coming to you live from my reading room here on the central coast of California, and it is so not sunny California out there right now today. As a matter of fact, it's kind of gray and drizzly and wet, and those are not bad things, you guys. But we're going to do like a little side track and then we're going to get into today's Monday messages for real. Because if you've been feeling like heavy or tired or like randomly crying for what feels like no reason, like yesterday life was fine, today nothing's different, and all of a sudden you're like everything's terrible, and or you just kind of like want to sit on the couch and not do anything. Know that that is 100% normal and in alignment with the seasonal energy. We're in the energetic season of Kapha, and Kapha is slow and it's heavy and it feels a little stuck in the mud. And as it builds, it can sometimes feel like depression or lethargy or things like that. So if you're feeling any of that kind of stuff this week, first of all, 100% normal. So don't beat yourself up too much over it and know that it's going to pass. And a really, really simple energy tip to help you deal with that is to wear some bright colors. Like I busted out my super bright orange sweater. I've got a pretty bright orange crystal here for us, as well as some moonstone to tap into insight and intuition. But I just wanted to like really drop down before we talk about connecting the dots today, that if any of that sort of feeling is going on, totally normal. Bust out some bright, happy colors. We're going to get through it in another week or two. Hang tight. Okay. But I do want to jump into today's messages. And here is something really important to know, that our messages are universal. And I have the ability as a highly sensitive intuitive to feel collective energy, like what's going on for a lot of us, as well as the ability to tap into individual energy. So this is going to be much more about the collective, about a whole bunch of us, and what's going on. So it's called Connect the Dots because you remember those activity sheets when you were a kid, or maybe you have children and they do those activity sheets. Um, connect the dots, right? And so I printed some because I'm number one, I used to be an elementary school teacher, and number two, I'm just kind of a dork. But like, look at this guy. So simple, straightforward, super easy. It's like you know exactly where you're going. And as a matter of fact, it was so cute and adorable. And because I am such a total dork, you guys, hang on, check it out. I did the connect the dots because it's so fun and it's so refreshing when we can just clearly see the way it's all straightforward and really smooth. But sometimes when you look at one of those connect the dots, there is no way you can tell before you start what the F the picture is going to be. And if you can look at that and quickly and easily tell me what it's supposed to be, you are a rock star. 'Cause the only thing I could tell, number one, as I'm actually holding this one upside down, that's how convoluted it is. And number two, that there's like a circle up there. But that's it. So as I peek over at my notes, here's the thing. There's no way you can tell by looking at that sheet if you're supposed to go forward or backwards or sideways or up and down. And sometimes there's even like math problems in there and you've got to sit in the same spot and figure out the darn math problem before you can go forward. And so we live in a time, guys, when it appears like for life, for everyone, it's just really clear and it's really forward and it's really easy. But the fact of the matter is, it's more like I started the second one, you guys, and first of all, I had to get out my husband's reading glasses because I was like, this is so tiny and small. And then it took me like 2 minutes to even figure out where to start. And then I had to go really slow and really patient. And I'm still only on like 30 or 31. And I'm pretty sure I already dorked up and I've got to go back. And so this is like what life is really more like. It's often not clear and linear. And we live in a time when people are hinting or implying that life is really clear and linear, except, oh, maybe every once in a while they'll be like, yeah, okay, sometimes it's not. And they might even tell you about a particular time in their life when they had to go backwards or diagonal or down or in an unexpected direction or way out of their way to get to where they are now. But they're choosing to tell you about one of those times. They're not choosing to tell you about all of the times. And the fact of the matter is, we go through parts of life where it is very obvious A to B to C to D, boom, done, I'm out. But so often the long game is more like that second connect the dots that I showed you, where it's just like forwards and backwards and diagonal. And what do you mean it's way over there? And I thought we were going over here. And there's something really important that our guides want us to know, especially in relationship to this crazy mess of a thing. And it's this: it's okay to not to be able to see the big picture. It's okay to not know the big picture. It's okay to not always go forward. It's okay to like not have a clue about what's happening and to know that you're still creating your life's purpose. When you go backwards and sideways and diagonal and then sometimes forward and sometimes not, all of that is creating your life's purpose. All of that is creating your story and your big picture. And so we're being asked, and here's what it says: stop thinking everyone else is easy and clear and upwards, because they're not. No one is. Neither are you, and neither am I. So it's okay to feel frustrated, confused, and lost sometimes. I sat there looking at number one for like 2 minutes before I could even figure out where I was going. And I was like, this is crazy, right? It's okay to feel that way about life sometimes. And it's okay to feel excited and eager, because then all of a sudden I was like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, where the heck is number 10, right? But so it's okay to get excited just as much as it's okay to feel confused or lost. It's okay to feel. And our guides say, no, we feel it with you. So when you're stuck or uncertain, here's what I wrote down. So this is our guides, right? This is me channeling. It says, we feel that for you. When you're stuck and uncertain, your guides feel that for you, because you are us. And it's sort of like you're attached like an infant to its mother with an umbilical cord. So with the cosmic jellyfish, right, we are a tentacle of that universal divine energy. So when we're feeling struggles or we're feeling confused or we're feeling scared, that universal energy feels it with us, and they feel it more, and they have so much more compassion and empathy because they can see the big picture. It's like they're far enough back from all those crazy dots that you're about to travel, and they know the picture it's making, and they know your life's purpose, and they know that you're traveling towards it. And so like the universe feels and knows what you're feeling. And here's what it says. It says, ask us for help. Ask us to show you the way. Help will arrive in your heart. And knowing what you need to do, even if it feels seemingly unrelated. So when you sit down and just say, dear universe, guides, angels, God, whoever it is that you like to talk to, when you sit down and just say, I need help, the answers are going to come. And sometimes you might feel like you're hearing them in your own mind, or getting this sense of like, I feel like I need to take a day off. I feel like I need to call so and so. I feel like I need to watch this video. Sometimes it's going to seem so totally unrelated and so totally not straight ahead, especially like the feeling of I really need a day off when on my to-do list is like this and it doesn't make sense to take a day off. So those are the answers, because sometimes that day off or that phone call or that video or whatever it is where you're going to have the aha moment of where you need to go next, or what you need to prioritize on that to-do list, or a person you needed to meet to help you with something. So our guides want us to know all of this. It's okay to feel the feels. It's okay to not see the big picture. And know that when you're connecting the dots straight ahead, forward, backwards, up, down, sideways, you're creating your life's picture. And what was really interesting today, guys, I was like way channeling and way into it and could feel that there was more information coming. And then all of a sudden, like abrupt, like hitting a brick wall, this message is complete. That's like totally my real life reaction. Like, what? We're like right in the middle of some good stuff. And so, what I get a sense of is we're going to get some more information about this later, but that for today and for the people who are watching, that was enough imagery to help you understand what's going on in your own life right now. So when I'm interpreting energy, whether it's your personal energy or the collective energy, these are like symbols, right? Like I keep looking down at my little connect the dots situation over here. Like this is symbolic. It's imagery to help us make meaning in our own lives. And so for today, just this story or idea of connecting the dots and it being convoluted was enough to be helpful. So we're not going to go any deeper with that. But I'm even hearing right now, sorry, wrong side, this is where I hear from. I'm even hearing right now, trust us, more is coming, but this is what you need today. And that's sort of like the connect the dots. Like we don't need to connect them all in one day. We just need to go to the next one. We just need to move one dot forward. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we need to just stay. Okay, two things. Number one, sometimes we just need to stay where we're at and not move forward or backward or sideways or anyways. And number two, as I was shuffling the deck, two cards jumped out. And that's how I know these are the cards that we're meant to be using. And they're stacked one on top of the other. So I'm going to take the one that's closest to my face first and show you this one. It says, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. I've seen this card once before and I felt the same way. Like I sort of stumbled over the sentence. Um, but what strikes me the most, and we'll jump into the guidebook, but what strikes me the most is relax the hold of darkness. So when we're trying to connect the dots sometimes, we're trying to make progress, we're trying to see the big picture, and we're feeling tossed around or headed the wrong way, or like we're further away than ever before from some goal or dream or accomplishment that we're trying to achieve. And then we're letting that darkness of uncertainty start to grip us. And I feel like this card is saying, like, let it just be dark out there. Your light shines from within, and your light shining will show you the way when it's time. Maybe it's just not time to go forward right now, and be at cause. I'm going to peek in the guidebook on that one because I'm not quite sure exactly what is going down with that. So bear with me while I flip to the right page, and I'm totally not going to read you 2 pages of information because, you know, snore fest, right? But there is something that's going to jump out that'll help us understand a little bit more. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you're in the hold of darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away and imagine it's all too much and create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough or that you're being too flighty or flaky. And that's fear talking, not truth. Okay, the sacred rebel. Oh, wait, no. That's it. I love what's going on today, you guys. It's like we're just getting little drips and pieces, and we're like, that's it. That's enough. Okay. So, life moving forward is going to feel exhilarating and challenging. But there's darkness, right? And it can be easy to create excuses and be like, well, I can't move forward because I don't know how, I don't know where I'm going, I don't blah, right? One dot forward, one dot sideways, one dot backwards. That's all we ever can or need to do. So if you're trying to create something new, okay, some of us that are watching are trying to create something new in their life, whether it's like with health or career. You're wanting to make a lasting impact. And you can't see how that's possible because you're trying to look 7, 8, or 9 steps ahead of where you are. And so you have to stand still and get clear on what is very simply the next step forward. And if you need help with that, you've got to get quiet. You've got to get still because there's so much noise outside. Okay, and the other beautiful card says releasing allegiances. Ah, she's really interesting. And I think what's kind of striking to me about her, I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of transfixed by this card because she's really beautiful. She's got these like flies on her, and I kind of feel like she wants to be like, get off of me, fly, because you aren't helping me anymore. And so I think with releasing allegiances, some of us are getting confused about our step forward or what next step. Let's not even call it forward because like we know it could be in a unexpected direction to get us to complete our big picture. Um, and sometimes what we're holding on to too much is the thoughts, opinions, and input from external sources rather than relying and trusting on our own. Now, there's times when we seek out those outside influences because we need help in creating clarity, or we need to learn something new, or we need help understanding something untangible is the word that I'm coming up with. Um, and those are valuable alliances and allegiances, right? But there are others that you can feel are in conflict. And those are the ones that you have to let go because they're going to send you to, like me, I thought it went to number 31, and instead I went to, I don't even know what the heck number. Now I've got to backtrack. And that's like that, even that's not bad or wrong. But we need to recognize when we're being sent astray and release those people, or at least release their influence so that we can stay focused on creating our own picture. And it says, trust that you can step into solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. It's a time to reconnect with yourself and perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. And I think that's really, so even the example that came up just a moment ago was like, oh, I need a day off. Sometimes that's what we need. We need a break from everything to just really reconnect and hear and trust and know what's going on inside ourselves. Um, and so this oracle is confirmation that the work you have been doing for yourself or on yourself is working. High five for all of you who have been really efforting and putting in time and energy. Awesome. And some connections in your life will mature along with you, and some will not. They'll no longer be relevant to your life journey, and you'll know which is which because you'll feel it. There's so much today, guys. There is a situation that has recently arisen or will arise soon where you will need to back yourself, right? Like, get your own back, sister, is what that's saying. Stand your ground and know that the people that are meant to do the next thing with you, you're going to know that and feel that. And the people that aren't, and that's okay too. We move through phases. Whew, okay, I'm hearing this message is complete. There was a lot of information. There's like more that we could do in these 20 minutes or so that we have together on Monday messages. And I'm feeling like a huge surge of desire from you guys. It's like kind of like coming up and out of my heart, almost like achingly so, for more. And I really want to be able to provide you with that more, and I want to be able to answer those questions and sit down and have like hours with you if that's what it takes. So collaboration is coming is what I'm hearing. Awesome. Um, and opportunities are generating. And so let's all be really patient and peaceful in the longing for more out of what we're creating with Monday Messages, and the longing for something that's more in depth and more intimate and personal. And know that my life is just like yours, and it's a big old mess of connect the dots, but there are dots being connected for all of us that will help us satisfy that longing that I can feel pouring out from you, for something more and longer and in depth. um, I don't have the answers yet, but that's because I'm hearing I'm not supposed to, but I will. And so please stick with me, and stay on the connect the dots with me, because we're going to arrive at some place where the big picture of what we're working together with as the soul tribe with Monday Messages and Monday Minis. And if you don't know what Monday Minis are, oh my gosh, check them out, Kathy-Weiss.com/Monday Minis. And private sessions and all of this is generating a really cool, bigger picture where we're going to be able to go even more in depth. Um, but all the dots aren't connected yet. So we just like, let's stay patient and start looking for the next dot together. And if you've got questions or comments, you can pop them down here right now, or send them to me in a private message, or whatever you want to do to stay connected with me and all of this cool stuff that is forming for all of us. I love you so much for watching, whether you watched with me live or later. I am going to see you next week for another episode of Monday Messages. So have a brilliant, beautiful week, and I will see you again soon. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye, guys. Love you.